Good afternoon. This is Sergio, and we are going to be learning today how to use symbols in Spanish. So here, let me get set up. Are you learning a foreign language? For example, Spanish. Perhaps you're learning French or Russian. There's, many languages we can be learning. Those are just some of the most common. Learning a foreign language can be very fun. But often I get asked, we can speak the language, but sometimes we have to write it down, and that could be a problem. And I get this question asked all the time. How do I type all of those funny symbols and letters into my paper? You can type them on Word. See, and we'll go back here in a minute and we'll talk about how to use Word and all of those symbols. Or you could Google Spanish symbols on the internet. And as you can see, there is different choices that you can pick, and I have picked one for us, which is the SpanishNewYork.com, and that is what the website looks like, and we'll go there in a minute. These are the Spanish symbols. If you use a PC, you will get these symbols, and this is what you'll have to do to be able to get the letter you need with the accent, or the question mark upside down, or N with the little tilde, which it is an ñ. But if you are a Mac user, well, they have different ways to get those special symbols into your document. So what I will do, if you go into Google and you can put in there Spanish symbols, and you get different ones. I like to pick this one in here, and the one I pick is SpanishNewYork.com, and you can pick any of them, but I picked the first one, and this is the website that I was showing you a few minutes ago. And in here it shows you, there's all kinds of things that you can learn about Spanish, but we are learning about these symbols. And it tells us in here that to get the A with the accent mark, we have to do is hold down the Alt key and then here 160, and we'll get that symbol that we need. Or you can, if the 160, because sometimes based on the type of system you have, in my knowledge, you do the 160. You do the Alt hold, and then you do 0225, and you get the same symbol. I like to print these numbers, and then I type them on the edge of my computer, so I have them when I'm typing, and then it gets to a point that you memorize them. But there they are, all the different letters, because we have capital A and capital E, so they have different codes for those. And then in here also gives you the ones for Mac, which you hold down the option E and then type the letter A at the same time, and then you get the symbol. In here you have E for all of the 5 vowels, and you put the letter that you want to have the accent on it, and it will come up. And then if they are capital letters, then you hold down the letter, where it is, the letter E, and then type, where is it? It's different. Since I don't own a Mac, I don't know, but here you can look at them and see for the ñ, you do an N and an N, so which is a little different than the letter E. So anyway, those they are. But if you want to just use your document, and if you type a word in Spanish like árbol, a tree, and the word árbol is supposed to have an accent on the A. So what you can do is have your cursor there ready, and then you're gonna go to insert, and then we're going to go to symbols, and in here, as you can see, there is all kinds of symbols for whatever language you're learning, not just Spanish. But in this section in here, recently used symbols, this in here will be the ones that you use the most. So I haven't used this computer, it's not my computer, so my symbols wouldn't be there. But then I need to look for the A with the accent. So I click on that letter, and then I hit insert, and then I close, and voila, there it is. And then if I wanna type another one, hold on, another word like ¿Cómo estás? Okay, that is a question, but it will have to have the question mark upside down right here. So I'll go back to insert, and then I go to symbols, and I see here it is the last letter I used earlier was the E, but I need to look for the question mark, which I think I just passed it, maybe. It gets easier as you use it more and more. No, I'm getting into too many here different. If anybody see it, let me know, because I don't see it. Somewhere in here, but anyway, you get the point of what you need to be doing here when you look for those special symbols, which I don't seem to find mine, but it's somewhere in here, maybe at the beginning. Anyway, you will select any letter and then insert and close, and it will give it to you, but obviously I couldn't find it in there. But if you don't like that symbol, I mean that technique, you can always go and type the word that you want, español, and obviously this is set up for English, although I was messing with Mr. Holden's computer a while ago. But you can go to tools, and then you can go to language and set language, and then as you can see while ago I was messing with his earlier, you can put Spanish, and then you can put it as a default or just for the document on one time. And I have Windows 7, and I'm not sure what this is, but it's a little different. And then it will, once I start typing, it will correct my, it will check the spelling in Spanish. Where it is, language set, set language, and let's do a default so we know what it is doing here, because it's not working because I don't know the system, but it should work in your computer just fine. It works on mine, at the one at the college, the one at the school, and my personal laptop. I have them all set up, and they always give me that. So now you know how to set up, how to use symbols, and it's really easy once you get ready to go. All right, thank you so much for listening.